ओके। विराम के बाद आपका फिर से स्वागत है। I posted a just short clip video on Instagram and somebody commented हिंदी में बात करो. So I'm sure I have subscribers from South India. So how come if I talk to Hindi everybody will understand? I don't have any disregard for Hindi, but I do have regard for people of different regions. And I do have like some friends who are not from India. So how come everybody will understand? The language nowadays, English is the most widespread language which is spoken across the world. So प्लीज़ आप लोग अवॉइड कीजिए जो हिंदी में बोलते हैं कि हिंदी में बात करो कमेंट में. Can you see the spread? Let me show you. This is the spread, and I think I will just. I wanted to show. No worries, I will. I wanted to show the spread, but the camera. I am using a mobile stand today, not tripod anymore. That was it was lightweight, but I felt it was quite heavy. It was lightweight, but I have a small backpack. All those videos which you saw in which there is this green background, it was at my hometown. And as soon as like my family members started to make me feel unsafe again, and this environment of fear they started to put me in, I thought it's not a good idea to stay with them. It's a thing in domestic violence cases. Somebody who has done extensive research for many years, and based on his observation he said that it's a cycle. So those people who engage in such behavior, like domestic violence sort of behavior, they don't change, rarely. And even if you return after many years, there may be initial honeymoon phase where you may think, oh, maybe they have changed, but just wait, when they do again start behaving similarly. That's why they say that to break that cycle, even for somebody who got victimized by such a thing, domestic violence, to make this conclusion in yourself that you have to break the cycle by getting out, and not getting back with those people, because they do it again. Okay, so Pisces, let me choose card for Pisces. By the way, what I said in this, I will read the cards, but first, that domestic violence, it's a cycle. Even if you get back with those people after a few years, it can repeat itself. In my case, it happened, and it's actually very scary when you sense that, it's, oh, you will feel, oh, I never saw this coming, it is happening again. So to break out of that cycle is very difficult, and you need, like, I think you need support. You need some, at least a few people, a few solid friends, even at least one person who you can depend on in some way. Alone it's impossible to get out of such a lethal situation, believe me. So I say this, that if you have somebody, if you hear that somebody is going through something like that, then try to be there. I won't say try, people choose either to be there for that person or not. Uh, but in case, how during lockdown many people lost their jobs, and then they had to go to their home. Many people lost their jobs. So in such cases, obviously, as a daughter, as a woman, they have rights in the family inheritance. So in, maybe in some cases, I would say they do have rights in the family inheritance legally. You know, that is, I think, that is how the constitution was put in place, so that a woman is not. How much of it is applicable? I don't think. In my case, they just behave as if you don't have any rights in the property. They are doing you a favor to take you back in, or even to allow you to stay, as if they are, bestowing a favor on the women. Although it's inherent, it's a right. I think in Supreme Court, and many, I have read that a daughter has rights in family, ancestral property. Like, I never saw my grandparents. Like, I think they died before I was born. So anyway, Pisces, like, I am staying in hotel, and I have been changing places since last few years. All this because home was not safe for me. I returned after few years. Initially, I felt they changed, but then they, I realized that they saw me as an evidence of something wrong they did, and they wanted to get rid of me. So I think they still hope and wish for that, but चाकू राखे साइयाँ मार सके ना कोई. So I think if people, I mean, blood, betrayal by blood is like heartbreaking, but ultimately God, you can consider God as your parents, and but even then, as I said, everybody, like, has got protection under the law, under the constitution. If forget about the law, some people in that take bribes and they don't care about justice or anything like that. So but in constitution, rights are given to daughters. They have inheritance, they have rights in the family inheritance. And they should not be treated like other family members are giving them a favor if she comes back. So Pisces, in the recent past, you have the card which came for you is the Empress. So I don't know, you were tapped into your feminine element, or you were connected to some women who was in her Empress element. And in the present, it's Two of Cups. So it's coming together of two people in a very loving, nurturing relationship. It can be also friendship. So something like this may be happening in your life, Pisces, in the present. Two of Cups, emotionally fulfilling for you. But the future card is a bit odd. It's Eight of Cups. So even though it's Two of Cups in the present, in the upcoming future you may find yourself in Eight of Cups state. So Eight of Cups is basically somebody who needs some time away, you know, some time away in the mountains to. Let me take help from my notebook about this. Today I'm not carrying that diary. I have that in my bag, but I also have this mini notebook which I take help from sometimes. So, Eight of Cups, I have to get a bit of more details about that. Okay, so in the upcoming future, Pisces, you may find yourself walking away from something which doesn't fulfill you anymore. Yeah, so I don't know if it's going to be this Two of Cups or if it's going to be something else.